thoughts of what Brexit really means for British farmers and for our food supply. As Brexit negotiations unfold, British farmers have called for the government to give them certainty and clarify positions so they can plan for the future. Speaking exclusively to express.co.uk, British farmers explained the problems that may arise from Brexit and what this means for the British public purchasing food. Both Ali Capper and Tim Jones, farmers who work in Worcestershire, called for more certainty from the UK government, but were optimistic about what Brexit could bring for the UK. Muric Raymond, the president of the National Farmers Union, NFU, urged the government to clear up the uncertainty that was currently troubling farmers. He said, "The uncertainty at the moment is causing lots of concern. The world population is growing. The standards of production in the UK is as high, if not higher than anywhere else in the world. I think British food with a Union Jack on it is well sought after, so those opportunities would be there for certain sectors." Ali Capper, chair of the Horticulture Board, who grows apples and hops at Stocks Farm, called for the government to give clarity to European Union nationals. Freedom of movement is essential to Ms. Capper's industry, and she claimed farmers currently have a problem in the industry. She said, "I need them to produce a policy much quicker than when we leave the EU. I need to know how we are going to put staff on our farm this year and next year while we remain within the EU. Because if we are seeing a shortfall in numbers now, and we have free movement of labor apparently, I should be having no problems. We have a problem and we have to face up to it now. Politically, I recognize that is very difficult." About 80,000 seasonal workers a year pick and process British fruit and veg, with many of them from member states in the European Union. However, this year there were huge fears over a shortage in workers. The Prime Minister has told EU nationals that Britain wants them to stay and announced that the UK is touching distance away from agreeing on a deal with the bloc on the issue of EU citizens. Tim Jones, who owns sheep and a small beef herd, was concerned about the tariffs that could be placed on the UK if Britain leaves the EU without a Brexit deal. If the UK walks away and reverts to World Trade Organization rules, Mr. Jones could face huge tariffs to export meat to the continent. Mr. Jones, who owns Wilden Farm, was, however, optimistic about what Brexit would bring to farmers and described farming as a long game. He said, "It'd be the biggest change in the industry in the last 40 years. It's a huge change, and we need to address the challenges and drive forward